Hey, what's up guys? This is Elkethus. Today we're gonna talk about more talent build because I did a video before at the beginning of the season about my talent build and it changed a little bit. I could have just put some note inside the comment, but I started to make a bit of more change, and that video is still valid, by the way. If you followed that video for your talent build and you're still happy with it, just keep it. But this is about the talent build for level plus 16, let's say plus 15 and above, because right now I'm doing plus 17, about to start 18, and I did needed to do some little change in my talent. So let's begin on what I changed it. So first of all, I changed this, the Spirit Wolf, to Thunderous Paw. Why? Because first, it's more reactive than building your speed if you want to dodge a mechanic. And also, the Thunderous Paw, there's some stuff like in Pit of Sauron, where you get a frost debuff, and if you go into your Ghost Wolf, it's gonna dispel yourself if it's on you, and you can dispel the other person, because it's how I put it, the debuff on two people. So you can dispel yourself and somebody else, and that's way less damage. The other thing that I changed is I removed this because I was like, 10-second cooldown for interrupt is not that important anymore. There's not as much interrupt to do as before. So this Mace custom key build was my whole one. As you can see, I don't make a lot of change. I changed it, and I removed the ascending here as well. And yeah, and I used those 3 extra points to put one here to have Heart Elemental, because it increased my health to 15%, and to this another 15%, so technically you have 30% health when you pop your Earth Elemental. Why I did not recommend this at the beginning? Because I did not need it. I started to use this build around plus 16. I wish I started at 15, but it's a build that's give you more survivability, because I noticed that I was dying pretty quick sometime and I was missing cooldown. So this gives you an extra personal cooldown. It's every 3 minutes, and the difference compared to, let's say, War Weapon, it's your Heart Elemental is not gonna take aggro from the tank, so you don't need to heal your Heart Elemental like crazy to keep it alive, to keep your buff on. So it's an extra 30% health for yourself. So I will really recommend it. And the third point, it just goes to, let's see. Yeah, it's just anything you want, basically. I'm trying to see what the else did I change. No, this, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just 2 talent, and yeah. For the right side, I did change it quite a little bit. If you see between the two, I remove it this because 10% increase in the healing search totem is not that big of a deal. I also remove it Earthweaver because yes, increase heart shield healing by 40%, but your heart shield most of the time it's on your tank. Your tank does not need healing, it needs protection. Your tank will survive without your heal probably most of the time. Okay, no, that's not really true, but you get what I mean. It's easier to heal a tank that takes less damage. So I removed the Earthweaver and I put it in Earthen Harmony, which reduces their damage taken by 3%, and its healing is increased by up to 150%. The health decrease as the health decrease, but you know, it's really good. It's way better than this. I will recommend totally Earthen Harmony instead of Earthweaver, especially for your tank survivability. I also removed this. You will wonder why. Because I didn't notice, yes, in Raid, Deeply Rooted element, it's extremely good for healing because it proc often. In Key, I noticed it proc in the most... It's so RNG. You don't really want that, right? So, and it does not proc as often as in Raid. And when sometimes it proc at the most, there's nothing happening moment. So I did remove it to put it somewhere else. I can't remember where I put it. But I did put this. I'm trying to remember, sorry. Oh yeah, I did put 2 point in here. And then Ancestral Vigor, because it gives health to people when you chain heal or riptide them. So they have, again, this is a build for plus 15 and above. It gives survivability a bit more to people, not healing. So this is gonna increase their health more, so they have less chance to get one shot again. So this is why I changed it to this. And yeah, is there anything else I changed it in those build? Let me check. On the right side. The middle stayed the same. I did not change the middle at all. I'm trying to see, cause no, yeah, I think that's it. It's just those 2 little points I changed it. I remove it, the Soothing Rain, and this to put it in Ancestral Vigor to give more survivability. So yes, this is how I generally build myself now for hierarchy 15 and above. If you don't want to change, if you're on key in level 14 and under, my first video is still fine, but I decided to make a video for hierarchy, and this is how I build myself. Now let's talk about dungeon. Now, I know we talked about dungeon before, but I know them a bit better now, and I can give you a better idea on what work and what does not. I was mostly right in my first video. Let's start with Pit of Sauron. You do want your build like this with Pit of Sauron. You want your Improved Purify Spirit to dispel the healing absorb, so you don't have to do that. And you do want your Tenderous Paw, because like I said, it's something I discovered when you have the heist. It's so inconsistent though. The Thunderous Paw is going to work sometime, and sometimes it's not going to work for stuff. But for the Pit of Sauron Frosting debuff, it does going to dispel you, so I do recommend this. I do recommend to just keep this on all the time now. So let's go for Maisara Cavern. Maisara Cavern, there's nothing changed, you just want to remove your Improved Spirit and put it to Purge, so you can purge those shield on those skeleton. But beware again, in hierarchy, I would recommend to dispel one, heal people, dispel the other, heal people. Never dispel 2 straight in a row, especially in high key, because people's just gonna die. So dispel one, top people. If they're at 80%, you can dispel another, then top people. And yeah, that's for Maisara Cavern. Now, let's go for, what's next? Let's say Magister Terrace. Magister Terrace stay exactly like that too. You do want your Purge because there's some dispel to do. This is stay valid like this. You want this build to stay like this. You don't change anything. You just move this around. Now let's say Windrunner Spire. Now you do need your Poison Totem in case people does not interrupt the Poison Dagger, and also for the spider. So you're gonna take probably this. Before I was recommended this Mana Spring, but you do need mana in hierarchy. So I would recommend to just remove Graceful Spirit and put cleansing, poison cleansing because you do need those 2. You don't want the dispel and this. Oh, sorry. Windrunner Spire, you remove the Purge and you remove the Graceful Spirit for Windrunner Spire, and you improve it. You put it in Improved Spirit to dispel on the Banshee boss, so you can like dismiss those had really quick, and the poison for the spider. Sorry about that. Now let's talk about Magister Terrace. Uh, Now you can put back your point in this. You can remove this and put it back in Purge. You just want Purge for Magister Terrace because there's some like they put stuff or buff on themselves that do more damage to people and the tank that you can dispel. It's hard to dispel because it happened a lot, but if you see like you can see the stack of the buff over nameplate, and if you see they have like 10 stack, it's a good time to use your purge on them, or hate stack. It hurt a lot. And also you can purge shield. Yeah. So now, let's talk about Skyreach. Skyreach stay exactly like this. You don't need to change anything. You don't really need to purge. Their shield goes down pretty quick. You can keep. I would recommend it because they have a Sky Fury, a bit like Shaman, that give them additional melee attack, which you can dispel. It's a buff you can dispel. It's hard to see some because the WoW UI is not super intuitive. If you use normal no add-in like me, well, I use 2 add-in to be fair, Red or Hio to see people score, and the circle you see around my mouse, it's pretty much it. Exfaction is just for my guild, but I turn it off because it makes me lag. Yeah. So for Skyreach, you just leave it like this. What else? Which dungeon I did not talk about? God damn it. Seat of Triumph. Seat, I tried to use the Thunder Spa for the circle because I noticed that a Paladin can freedom those circle and they're gonna disappear. So I was like, oh, I can use my Thunder Spa because it removes snare like freedom, and no, it does not work. And so I was like, okay, that's lame. And then I tried the Jet Stream, which removes snare on people technically, and that does not work as well. So just remove those two. You can remove Purge as well, and just put it anywhere you want. Basically, it's a free point. You can put it here to have a more hop time on your speed totem, or this when you interrupt. I would not recommend this since our interrupt is now 30 seconds, but I will recommend maybe this to increase the speed and yeah, to increase your speed. It does not hurt in Mythic Plus. In Mythic Plus, sorry about that. And now, wait, what is it? Clean Spirit Mature. Ah, no, don't need that yet. So yeah, just put it in here for Seed of Triumvirate. So now, for which dungeon I don't talk about it, let me check, sorry about that. Nexus-Point, yeah. Nexus, you do want your Special Dispel to remove the damage taken by those hat. They put sometimes a stacking debuff that goes up to 2, 1 or 2, or 3, depending how big the pool is, that people takes 10% more damage of Void. So you do want your improved spirit. So what you're gonna do is just remove your little speed here and put it in improved spirit. And that's the build for Nexus. Next dungeon, Academy. Academy, the only thing you really want, it's Poison Totem. It's for the first boss, the tree boss, because the poison can be really hard. People can dispel Paladin Pally, but if you're like me and just Pog, don't trust your Pog and rely on yourself. My advice for Academy, I would say, keep your Poison Totem for the second wave of had when they spawn. Use a personal cooldown like Spirit Link for the first one to help the tank, but keep your Poison Totem for the second one. Unless, like, the tank has 50 stack or something crazy like that, or people have poison all over themselves because the tank did not get aggro. I would also recommend to stun right before they spawn so the tank can take aggro before the shenanigan happen. So yeah, that's for Academy. And I feel I'm missing one. I talk about Terrace, I talk about this, I talk about this. Yeah, I talk about all the dungeon. There we go. So yeah, this is my new talent build, guys. This is similar to my first one, as you can see. This was the first one. I just did a few adjustments, like removing this, to have more survivability for hierarchy. Because right now I'm entering this 18 soon area, and 17 are pretty rough. So, but next week it's gonna be 12.0.5. We're getting a high level buff. So key might be easier again, so I might be able to be less survivability and use more healing instead. But I do love this build. I survive more. I have more time to DPS than healing. I have an extra cooldown with the Heart Elemental. This is the build I really recommend for high key. For lower key, I would say stay with my first build because people takes a lot of damage. They don't do mechanic right. You do more healing with this build, the first build that I made. But I will say, I say 15 and above, but I will say if you start 13, go ahead and take my new build. This new build, it's pretty good. Like I said, I'm not a professional of anything, guys. I'm just doing a custom build. This is not any guide I followed. It's just what I think it's good for my own personal gameplay. It's how I like to play. It's been working out for me. I've been doing 16, 17 with Pug so far. Soon 18. I have no teams, by the way, so yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I tried to keep this video shorter than usual. I think I did a pretty good job. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment. I will try my best to answer your question. And yeah, like and subscribe if you think that video was helpful. And we'll see you in my next Mythic Plus video or live stream. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day. Haha.